Hello and welcome. My name is Danielle. I'll be your host as we discuss Infinite Cosmic Records. Today we have a very special guest with us, Raziel Arcega. She's a co-author in the upcoming book, Infinite Cosmic Records. Welcome, Raziel. It's good to have you back.
Thanks, Danielle. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too. I'm really loving your background, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So if you could tell our audience a little bit about yourself and where you're currently located.
I, I grew up in the Philippines, but I grew up in New York. I mean, I was born in the Philippines and grew up in New York, but now I'm in Southern California.
Ooh.
So I'm a mom of two. I own my own business, but I've been invited to write for this book, actually a couple of books, but this book is a great project because it tells about a story of our healing or part of my healing.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about the cosmic records and what that is what the perception that you have of what cosmic records is? Because Maya actually created the modality herself. So having experienced the cosmic records, how would you describe that to people who have yet to work with Maya?
Of to discover it. I think a lot of people learn or heard about the Akashic records. So it's pretty
Mm.
much your records from it's your energetic record from generations of your life or past lives. And I think the cosmic records really entails everything beyond, I think beyond that we could see. And that's how intrigued I was. Like, what is this type of healing? And when I did it with Maya, it's literally out of this world.
It's infinitely cosmic. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah. So, from your perspective, it's similar, but in what way is it slightly different from the Akashic records?
I don't know much about the Akashic records, but from what I know, it's actually all the records of everything that you have gone through
Mhm.
um, within this life or within your generational lives. So you can heal yourself by using, I know different healers would use that to go back in a point in time to heal that particular period of your life that got stuck, or whatever
Mm,
energetic got stuck, or whatever record or part of your history which was recorded
right.
energetically. They could come, they could visit that point in time and kind of release that so that
Okay.
you're not carrying it uh, you know throughout your life.
Beautiful. That's very well said, and I can see the
That's
difference between the two. Yeah.
mhm.
What was your intention when you dropped into your session? Because I know in order to contact the records that you're specifically there to address, you have to start off with an intention. So, do you remember what the intention statement was and why you chose that one?
I don't exactly remember what I said, but the gist of it is working on the the money blocks,
Okay.
the money blocks that I've had in the past or in this lifetime, because it's always been an issue. I feel like it's strange, you kind of learn everything in the process, but there's so much more that you cannot see subconsciously and energetically. So that was one. Like every time it feels like you're moving forward two steps and then you're going back two steps,
Hmm.
or you're not quite moving forward. You're stuck in this cycle of, yes, you're getting it but not getting it. Um but, but I've been blessed. I've been blessed with a really great life, but I think with God's given gifts for us, there's so much more. And for some reason, somehow there's blocks. And through the healing, I kind of learned where that's coming from.
Okay.
and where that, where it was rooted. And with this, with this book, I talk about a little bit of the stuff that came about.
That's beautiful. That sounds very healing. And I'm really glad that you were able to heal through this process. So, for those who have yet to experience the infinite cosmic records, can you explain to them what it feels like for you? Because I feel like it would be different for everyone because it is a healing journey. But overall, if you could kind of explain it from your perspective.
For me, it's been a few times that I've done healing with Maya. For those who haven't done any of this type of work, it's it could it could sound so much kind of too woo for them, but
Mm,
at the same time, I feel like the the people who come and do this work has been asking questions that you cannot normally get the answers with traditional or um, like practical means. So there's so much more when our lives, I think that there's a lot more understanding that we have to have in order to be able to process this type of healing.
mm,
And I think you should be ready. For me, I felt like, okay, I went through my healing journey. There's so much more that I could do in this lifetime, but there's so much I could feel it because I could energetically feel that there's some kind of thing that's blocking me. Could be something holding me in the past, a subconscious something in my experience that I'm holding back. And I kind of knew that through all the process, what that meant. And I was really open. I was really open to see what could it be. I felt like there's nothing that will hurt me in the
mm-hmm,
process. I'm always guided, and Maya would always say, "This is all for your good, for your best interest." And it's always been blessed with
mm,
divine intelligence and divine light. So I don't think there was anything wrong with doing something or exploring much
right.
more than with what we could only think. And for me, God is so infinite, with his intelligence is so infinite. Why would we block ourselves from exploring what the unknown? Because God has all the answers that we can't even fathom in our minds. Our human minds are so little compared to what God has. So
Yeah,
I was open to it. I
that's
was very open.
amazing. I am kind of curious. When you were in your session, did you visualize? Or was there just a feeling? How did you connect to the session?
The session was mostly vision. So I'm not sure if you're able to
Yeah.
relate. She makes you place you in a relaxed position. So she would say something about try to envision. I'm gonna, she will do a process and
Hmm.
she will ask you, what are you seeing? So it's more about the visions in your head or what comes up, what
Yeah.
experiences, what are you feeling?
Yeah.
What is
Like,
there that you see?
right, like
Right.
through your imagination. And that's exactly because I had a session as well. And that's
Mm-hmm,
exactly what came up for me. But everyone
mm-hmm,
is different. And I don't ever want to assume that you may have experienced it the same way. So I'm
mm-hmm.
relating to what you're saying. It is very visual. Did you see, like, was it easy for you to access what you could see, or did you struggle at all with like connecting?
I think in the beginning, I wasn't sure what I was expecting. So I guess
Mhm.
our human minds are trying to block the process.
Right.
So once I relaxed, I started to see vision. So she said,
Okay.
whatever you see, you don't judge it. Just relate to her what you see. So when I started to see images and a vision of something, I started to relate to her, and we kind of explored that place
Okay.
to see where we're at. So
That's
she would,
beautiful.
yeah, she would guide you. Um, what it means and explore, because it's pretty much open, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is that comes up. It's nothing that, it's free flowing.
Yeah,
As
you don't
I,
want to,
it's
yeah.
very free flowing, and you just don't want to judge it. You don't want to change it. You just have to explore it. Let
Yeah.
yourself be in that place, whatever that place is. And I went to a lot of different places, so it was really, yeah, amazing and emotional at the same time.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I agree with you. You definitely don't want to judge it, just let it come because it does kind of like streamline a little bit more
Mhm.
smoother and you can really get on a move it forward, because you don't want to get stuck. But
Exactly.
could you give us a sneak peek of your chapter? I mean, you don't have to go too much into it, but I want to know, in your chapter of Infinite Cosmic Records, um, just give us a little bit of your experience to your doorway of remembering. And if you could also share with us what past life that you had that is actually affecting you positively in this present life for your healing.
It's so interesting because I didn't realize where we're gonna go with this. Um, there's a lot of different dimensions that we went to.
Mm.
It can't really pinpoint, and it's a lot of different. Also, I wouldn't, because you cannot really explain where you're at. It feels multidimensional, so it feels like you're in a different planet, you're in different time and space, you're in different part of your history.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few things that came about. So it might have been a vision of who I was in the past life, where I was before. That was beautiful because there were a lot of animals saying, "You were part of this and you are part, we would love for you to help us bring back paradise." And that was really fun and emotional. It was happy, it was really happy. And it was a time where I think fully understanding how energy works. So when you are in that space of peace, love, happiness, and bliss, it's pretty much the highest vibration. And it brought me back to a place where you never felt all these other lower vibrations. So they were saying, "Hey, let's bring this back. You're here to help us bring this place back." And it felt like Lemuria. I think if any don't a lot of people don't even know what Lemuria is. It's like the old world where everything was there, kind of like the place of Eden,
Mm.
where it's paradise. So it could be that. It doesn't say where it is, but it's just a feeling of this um,
Right.
beautiful island and a beautiful place. And but then we moved into some different direction where I went back. I know it's a sneak peek. I went back to another place in time where I knew I healed
Mm.
because it was already empty. So that was part of that, and several other doors where it was really so amazing to see, where I have a sneak peek of who I met. I'm not gonna say so they could read
Mm.
the book. And that was one of the pivotal points where, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that part.
Oh,
And
wow.
that was part of the healing process too, because that gave me answers to what I was looking for in a sense. And at
Mm.
least at this point in time, it's one of those things that, oh my God, I didn't realize I didn't let that go. So that
Oh.
was that was really that was the crazy part. But it was, again, with the free flow, you just have to accept what comes to you,
Mhm.
and it what's part of it, and because that's the answer that's given to you at the right point in time, and what's given to you at this, I mean, at that time when I was doing the healing. And it was phenomenal. It was emotional too.
Oh, that's
Ah.
beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to read your chapter. So I am definitely looking forward. And so the healing though that you've received from that experience, how has it impacted your current life with your intention that you had originally set out?
For me, it just gave me confidence that no matter what, because I allow myself, it's pretty much what we have to face our, face our own, I guess, face our own dramas within our heads or within our past that we have to accept and we have to let go. And sometimes you don't know till you go back in time. You don't know when somebody, till somebody helps you go to that part of your life that is stuck there.
Yeah.
um, and it's crazy that that came about, and it's freeing. It's total. I
Hmm.
wouldn't say total freedom, but it gave me the freedom that I needed at this point in my life, and the confidence that, oh my gosh,
Oh gosh, I so relate to what you're saying. It kind of gave me the same feeling as well, because there is a certain aspect of you that was almost holding on to it, or having that, like for me, it was called a frozen in time.
Mhm.
So it was like I was holding that frequency, and I was
Yeah,
feeling it in my subconscious. And I think that that's what makes the infinite cosmic records so amazing. Is yeah, it's similar to Akashic, but it's very different because you're actually accessing that part of you, and you're able to process it, obviously in this lifetime, but it almost like releases you and frees you and allows you to learn from
right.
that. It's beautiful. That's
It's
so
very
amazing.
beautiful because it goes back to saying that we're all part of this universe, right? So
Yeah,
everything is all connected. So if you explore all these parts, all these histories, all the things that you cannot even see,
right.
your conscious mind cannot even tap into.
Mm.
So it's if it's guided, it's pretty much our healers are just there to guide you to the process and help you get to that point. So it's really cool to be
Yeah.
able to do that and go deeper, go deeper in different layers of what we had experienced in the past and release that.
Ah, well done. Good job on doing the work. I mean, that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Doing the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And doing a lot of the things that not supposed to be carrying through all these, to this life, and to not pass it along to the next generation. And I think that's where I'm at too.
Oh, that's
I want
beautiful.
more freedom for me and for my kids and the generations next.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that. That's definitely something, in their own way, and through their own perspective. But the gist of that is a feeling of release and freedom, so you can move forward in life. And that's different for everybody. But it is a form of slavery to have to sit and suffer continuously. Um,
Mhm.
and that's beautiful. It sounds like you had a really good healing.
It was
Yeah.
it was phenomenal. I think it was one of the all healing sessions are different, and for me it's been all amazing, but this is went to a different deeper level. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Well, that being said, having worked with Maya the shaman, what would you say your overall experience was, and how did you feel about the process?
It's always nice to work with Maya because she has so much wisdom in her, and she's
Mm.
such a powerful healer, meaning that I cannot even, explain how and what she knows. But as the process, she guides you well, and really wants the best for you and to go deeper,
Right.
um, and with whatever her experiences in doing this and really opening up all these different dimensions that you can explore. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I love it. How do you feel about sharing infinite cosmic records with other people? I mean, are you do you do you feel comfortable, saying that this is a healing modality and that this is something you would
I believe the right people will get the message. I
uh,
would share it.
mhm.
It's up to the person. Again, for me, when I was ready, it's kind of like when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah,
So I'm just hoping. I was telling Maya and Rada about just put it out there. Let's put it out there because because you don't know who can be helped with this type of healing, who are open to be able to experience a process. I just want to people to know that there's something out there that might help you. It's worth exploring.
Yeah.
I've had a great experience with it, and if you cannot find a way to for this healing, no amount of medicine or medication will be able to fix anything. But I
Right.
think I don't want to go there, but uh, yeah, it's just another way to explore.
And being a co-author in the book, how supported did you feel during the creative writing process? What was your like best part of the experience of all this?
I think the Rather Publishing House has a really good support team. So whenever all, from the beginning to what I needed to write, you're always guided. You're
Mm-hmm.
always guided and you're always supported by them showing you ways, sharing, asking questions, showing you ways to even write your book, finding ways to be able to open up even your writing skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I think over the years that I've been working with them, I'm able to hone in, better writing skills. But they have some support team to be able to write for you if you're not so used to writing yourself. So it can be um, they could assist you in that process, and I love that they do have that support, and they check on you along the way and making sure that you're in your time frame, your deadline. I get emails or text messages, and just checking in on you. So
Mm-hmm.
I just love it. Energetically it feels like, it's a home for somebody who's starting to write their books.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice way, and I hope that they really grow a collective um, of this type of writers, so that they'll be able to share more stories to a lot more people.
Yeah, definitely. So I take it you would definitely recommend others to reach out if they have a story they want to share or connect with Retta Publishing House, it sounds like.
Exactly. I
Mm-hmm.
think if people have been living in the flow, you'll know. I think they know deep inside when they're ready, when you're
Mm-hmm.
asked, and there's that tug in your heart to be part of something. You'll know.
Yeah.
I think anybody listening out there, you'll know.
Yeah. You'll feel it in your
There's
heart.
no question about it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, everybody has a little bit of a lesson to learn in life, and in your case, through the Infinite Cosmic Records as well. So, could you share with the viewers a little bit about one or two of the lessons that you learned and how it made you the person you are today?
For me, it's just allowing myself to be able to be me, allowing to explore the deepest parts of me, and even even giving myself permission. I think a lot of people don't give themselves permission to make mistakes or do
Mm,
better than what you're supposed to do, and be able to dream. I think through this process I'm able to dream bigger than I think, and people along the way is such a blessing to me, with this life, with again living in the flow, whatever comes or along the way, either an
yeah,
opportunity or a person or whatever it is. It's such a blessing because it feels like it's a connection to the God within us, or the divine intention that we are here to live a full life of abundance that God has given to us. So for us to be able to stop that, or not even believing that God wants all of us to be in that place, to be in the place of love, to be able to heal heal ourselves. Um, I think we just allow, and for me to allow myself, I'm exploring more. It's not the end. It's pretty much just a really nice journey to have.
Yeah, I always, every time this topic comes up in my mind, I always think of an onion. You're
Yeah.
diving deep, but you're going deep, and it's next thing you know, you see another layer, and it's
Hmm.
this aspect of yourself you didn't even know about, and you work through it and you heal. And it's not that you're broken, it's just, there's things that we got to work through that we were you know passed through DNA and our ancestry, and as well as our you know past lifetimes, and the lessons, I mean, the things we picked up unconsciously through conditioning and family and such. So I think that's commendable when anybody takes the time to put in the work and seek out, these type of sessions, and to be open-minded. When you go with that flow and you're open-minded, you never know what you could, you know,
Oh, it's beautiful.
like discover. It's
Yeah, it's
amazing.
discover.
Yeah.
Imagine everything points into paradise. Paradise, a lot of people think about it, heaven on earth or heaven afterlife. If you explore that and imagine living the life now instead of waiting till death or
Mm,
waiting for, it's a
yeah.
beautiful thing. Why not? Why not live it here in the now? But at the same time, because of our free will, I think that's one of the lessons too that I understood throughout the process, because our free will lets us, choose whatever. It might be wrong, it might be right, and through that, a lot of experiences come about.
Hmm.
So it's not just for us. It's not just healing us. It's healing seven generations up and seven generations down. So that means that you're carrying all that weight on your life because it's passed down through our DNA. So when you understand all that, who doesn't want to heal? I mean, who doesn't want to clear all that up?
Right. Exactly.
Right? We are not perfect beings, nor our ancestry. So imagine seven generations of energetic, uh, you know, either good or bad. I would love all the good to be passed down to me and all the bad to be rejected or diffused, and turned into light. So it's 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 such a beautiful thing when people discover that we should be doing that, because that's how we are healing everyone. And imagine all of us doing the same thing. Oh my goodness, it will be a beautiful world.
It really, yeah, it is a beautiful world, but it would, I see what
Much
you mean.
more.
It would be, we would definitely be on that timeline a lot faster.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Be
Well, what are you currently up to now that the book's completed, and are you, are
well,
you,
I was exploring writing another book.
what? I love it. Oh my gosh. So you have some inspiration that came out of this. That's awesome.
The past couple years, even before the pandemic, I was starting to write um, some poetry, some just random writing. So I wanted to explore that. I think as you clear your head with a lot of the junk, right?
Hmm.
A lot of messages or a lot of beautiful things just kind of show up. So
Yeah.
when I explored writing, I feel like there's so much in this that I could leave for my kids or whoever wants to read it. Some are fun, some are emotional, some are just me trying to use it as a healing process as well. Or for some of the funnier stuff, I just write it just for fun.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah. And they were talking about, oh, maybe you can talk to the goddesses and see, or whatever downloads you can get. So it's just a fun thing to do. And I do
Oh,
have my, I do have my business and I have my kids, and it's just a wonderful journey.
I
I
love
think
it.
once you
Hmm.
discover once you discover that you are fully supported by God and the universe, There's no stopping you really.
Right. Ugh,
Or stopping your creativity.
that's beautiful. I so relate to that, especially having had the session as well. And I too feel like there was some gunk that got cleared out, and it definitely helps you receive more and be
Mhm.
little bit more of that, conduit for yourself, but others, because when you lead and live your life in such a way, you're essentially leading people unknowingly because they are seeing you, they're witnessing you, they're seeing you overcome these things or experiencing these moments. And it's so inspiring, and it's like it is truly life changing. So I'm really glad that you had the opportunity, to work with Maya all these times, Maya the shaman, and Rada and everyone at Rada Publishing House. So yeah, I'm excited to read your chapter. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome.
It was a fun process, so
Mm. Well,
I can't wait
well,
what
I
will
can't
happen next.
either. Yeah, no, and we'll be sure everyone to let you know when the book's going to be released. But as of right now, there's no date. I'm pretty sure. And what we'll do is, I just want to thank you for your time. We'll be sure to link your information down below if you want to get a hold of Rachel. And we look forward to releasing the book. And thank you so much. You have a
Yay.
great rest of your day and take care.
Thank you. We'll
Thanks,
see you
guys.
soon.
Bye.